Sci-Fi story. The transmission was brief, static-laced, grainy, and almost unintelligible. But the words were clear enough to send ripples of fear through the command chambers of the Zorth Dominion fleet. "They know." General Zelverek's mandibles clicked in agitation as the words echoed through the chamber. His clawed hand hovered over the control panel, talons tapping with nervous rhythm. Behind him, the bridge crew watched in frozen silence, their luminescent eyes darting toward the hollow screen, replaying the intercepted human broadcast. It wasn't supposed to go this way. The humans weren't supposed to know yet. Their children were to be leverage, a quiet message to Earth's high command to step back from their mining colonies near the Orion expanse. The Zorth had taken children before from other species, hostages, bargaining chips, sometimes experimental material. It had worked every time, but not with the humans. Never with the humans. "They're just a juvenile species," Zelverek muttered under his breath. Though even as he spoke, he didn't believe it. The message had been simple. No demands, no negotiations. Just two words. "They know." And then the reports started flooding in. A Zorth patrol ship stationed near the asteroid belts found its crew dismembered, bodies left floating in the void. No signs of external attack. The ship's interior security logs showed a lone human boarding party, moving like a wraith, dispatching the soldiers with terrifying precision. The colonies in Sector 17 had gone dark. Entire Zorth outposts wiped clean. Not destroyed, not bombed, not glassed, but surgically dismantled, as if the humans had removed every Zorth life form while leaving the infrastructure untouched. And then came the real terror. A human transmission, this time deliberately clear, broadcasted across all known frequencies. The face of a human, female, eyes cold, expression unreadable, filled the screen. Her voice was calm, controlled, deadly. "You have taken our children." Her words, delivered without emotion, carried the promise of something far worse than retaliation. "We are coming to get them back." Zelverek's throat tightened. The other generals, the high strategists, even the Overlord himself had convened via secured subspace channels. The consensus? This couldn't be allowed to escalate. But it was already far too late. The humans weren't responding to the usual diplomatic channels. They weren't filing grievances with the Galactic Council. They weren't sending envoys or ambassadors. They were sending hunters. Fleet reports indicated that human ships, small, fast, irregular in design, were bypassing Zorth defenses with ease. They didn't engage in open battles. They infiltrated, struck from within, vanished. Entire garrisons simply stopped responding. Zelverek activated the internal feed to the holding cells, staring at the small group of human juveniles enclosed within the energy barrier. Fragile, weak, barely weaned from their homeworld, their bones thin, their bodies soft. But it wasn't them he feared. It was what their absence meant to their species. Humans were, by every biological metric, not the most threatening species the galaxy had encountered. They lacked natural armor, had no claws, no exoskeleton, no venom. They shouldn't have been a galactic power at all. But they had two things that made them different: their obsession with their young, and their capacity for unrelenting, merciless warfare when provoked. The door to the command center slid open, and Zelverek's adjutant scurried in, his scales pale with fear. "General," he rasped, antennae quivering. "The black vultures are here." Zelverek's stomach twisted into knots. He'd heard the name whispered in fearful tones across the fleet. An unofficial human unit, their existence denied by every Earth diplomat. The rumors described them as specialists, trained for retrieval operations behind enemy lines. Their insignia: a black bird feasting on carrion. "They've boarded the flagship." "How?" Zelverek barked, his voice cracking under the weight of panic. Our shields. By the time we detected them, they were already inside. The general's vision darkened at the edges. This was impossible. No species had ever breached Zorth flagship security without detection. No species except. A burst of gunfire echoed faintly through the ventilation systems. Screams followed. "They're here for the children," Zalvarek whispered. It was never about resources, never about territory. The humans hadn't come to negotiate or retaliate in the traditional sense. They came for their young, and the Zorth, in their arrogance, had underestimated the primitive, fragile species yet again. Clink, clink. The sound of boots on metal flooring. Human boots. The command doors hissed open. She stepped in, the same human from the broadcast. Short by Zorth standards, but she moved like a predator in familiar territory. Black combat armor clung to her frame, a rifle slung across her back, a curved blade in her hand that glinted under the sterile lights. Behind her, more humans filed in, silent as shadows. Zalvarek raised his hands instinctively, mandibles clicking nervously. We can return them. The children. No harm has come to them. The human woman's eyes were ice. Cold, sharp, merciless. You thought we wouldn't come. Her voice cut through the room like a blade. You thought you could take our children, experiment on them, frighten us. No experiments, Zalvarek protested, shrinking under her gaze. We never. I don't care. She stepped forward, her soldiers spreading out, securing the room. One of them hacked into the security terminal, the holding cell feeds appearing on the central screen. The human children looked frightened but unharmed. The woman's expression didn't soften. You're lucky, she continued, eyes never leaving Zalvarek. If even one of them had been harmed, your species wouldn't have time to regret it. Zalvarek felt the full weight of those words. He believed her. Every Zorth believed the humans now. They'd made the greatest mistake possible. They had taken what the humans valued most. And now they'd seen the monsters that awoke in response. Tell your leaders, the human woman said, turning away as her team prepared to extract the children. There will be no negotiations, no forgiveness. Zalvarek slumped to his knees, watching as the humans departed with their young. Efficient, silent, terrifying. The last words the human spoke echoed in his mind, heavier than any weapon, more final than any declaration of war. You never touch our children.